What's going on, everyone? I'm Doug Dagnabit, aka ModernWarzone, and today in this short little Twitter video we're going to make, I've spent the past 2 hours and probably the past 2 months since Warzone 2 has come out trying to figure out ways to provide constructive criticism and feedback to Infinity Ward and Raven Software to make the game better, because it definitely needs a lot of them. And in this short video, I'm going to go through all of them. These were made completely from community feedback. I tried not to include any personal preferences without referencing my chat. We've had about 200 people in here most of the stream, highly interactive and giving me feedback based on the things that I thought to include in this list. Keep in mind, this list will not include everything, but these are the main things I believe that need to be changed, and Warzone 2 would be a much better product. So we're going to start off with the combat record. We haven't heard anything about it since they delayed it and said that it was going to reset our stats. We need the combat record ASAP. People don't want to play a game when they don't feel like their progress matters, and preferably with the stats saved. Next, we need to remove Bird's Eye. It's the most broken perk in the game, and it doesn't fit at all with this game. It is a necessary perk to run at this point in time in your third slot. Third, we need to increase the TTK by 50 HP bare minimum. Right now, it is crazy how quickly you die in this game, and mainly at close range. The 50 HP increase would be in line with what we got with Warzone 1 after Raven Software did that public poll about it, and it got like 90 or 80,000 votes, and most people wanted the HP to be increased. This will just bring us back in line with the quality of life update we previously had. This one right here is going to be a bit harder to describe, so I'm going to do it real quick for you guys. I want to remove the 3-plate vest that you have to loot and find. I want everybody to spawn in with the possibility to have 3 plates, but they only spawn in with 2. So you have to go find the 3rd plate and plate it slotted in, just like Warzone 1. I don't think the 3-plate vest is a good thing. However, I would like to replace it with what we and my chat have figured out and called a tempered vest. It is a vest that would be very rare loot that you would only get from doing a stronghold or certain contracts that can be difficult to do upon a reward. And it would replace the 3-plate vest in the current game. And instead of that, you would get a vest that has the tempered perk on it. So you would only have 2 plates total that would cover your 150 plate HP, and that would help a lot with a bunch of things. And later in this list, you'll see that we also want sprinting while plating to return. Reduce the headshot multiplier. No idea what it is right now, but it is quite obvious that the TTK is too fast, and a lot of it, most of the clips I see, somebody's getting a headshot in there, and it just doesn't feel consistent. With a game like this, you want consistency. Next, we're going to talk about one of the most broken things in the game. Where's the audio? No idea if this will be fixed. I think that it's pretty broken on the map. The audio occlusion seems to be the issue, to where when there's too many sounds and there's too many walls, everything gets wonky. I have no idea when or how they're going to fix that one. Ping system as it is right now in Warzone is terrible. They need to just revert that to Warzone 1's. I'm not sure exactly how they could do that, but right now it's nearly impossible to see pings, and everybody has it set to some neon color, but then you can't even hardly tell which teammate put them down. The gulag. We need to go back to the 1v1 gulag with no PvE component like the jailer or no looting. There was nothing wrong with the gulag before. It felt fair. Now it doesn't feel fair. Half the time you have an AFK teammate, or you don't find a gulag opponent at the end of the match since it has to fill 4 people. Economy updates. Right now the economy throughout Al Mazrah does not feel good mid and late game, because the cash is centralized in certain locations like stores in Al Mazrah, or not in Al Mazrah, but inside of the city, and in other places throughout the map. The issue with that is that in a battle royale, the circle closes and takes those high value loot areas out of the map, so it becomes increasingly difficult to regain mid game. And something else we're going to talk about with that, just while I'm on that note, is we need portable buy stations back in this game. They were a quality of life improvement for Warzone 1. We need them in this game. We definitely do, because 99% of in games there is no buy in the circle. And you shouldn't be penalized for having more resources than everybody else. You should have a way to be able to use that. $500 minimum, no $100 stacks. I gave this feedback in the first dev call we ever had with them, and I've been preaching it since the game first came out. It does not feel rewarding or good as a player to spend your time looting and only find $100 stacks laying around the map. They need to change that. And the 500 minimum also needs to be for supply crates, in my opinion, because right now it just doesn't feel worth to loot supply crates after early game. Bring back supply runs. Those were the contract where you do it. It makes you go to a buy station within a certain amount of time, and then you got discounted items at that buy station, as well as your entire team getting money and potentially a free buy on somebody. Contract multipliers, which I didn't even notice until now, are gone. Further non-incentivizing players to go and do the contracts, and players are already complaining there aren't enough on the map. We need contract multipliers back. There was no reason to remove them. More contracts mid-game ties into that point as well. Contract regeneration and spawn rate after first circle. We need them more so in the mid-game and the end-game. Right now in early game, it's good that most players are going to drop in certain areas to try to get contracts, and increases early game player engagement. Add the big game bounty. I'm not sure why that's not in the game either. Increase the stock of UAVs at the buy. Reduce the stock of precisions and mortars. And then this isn't included right here, but I'm going to go ahead and piggyback off of this, is that it's not listed here. But I also believe that each backpack should only be able to have one self-revive and one kill streak in it. One self-revive and one kill streak in your backpack, one self-revive on your person that you can use, as well as one kill streak on your person that you can use. There's currently way too many kill streaks in game, and it just feels ridiculous, especially with the fact you can only call on one precision at a time on the map, pretty much is how it feels. It's just not a very good feeling thing. The next thing is, I think that every single buy station should have a UAV and a medium backpack and a munitions box guaranteed at them to be able to buy. It just would make the game feel much more consistent. For gameplay updates, we're going to get into movement because people say there is no movement on this game. These are the changes myself and my chat agreed on that we think would make the game better for everybody, including casuals. You should be able to hip fire while you're sliding. Currently in the game, sliding feels pointless. You should be able to bunny hop. Not sure why they removed that. I think we all agree that bunny hopping should be in. People will complain that it's only for people that play on certain controller schemes. Okay, oh well, there's no skill gap in this game. We need some. Increase animation speed across the board for just about everything. That is why this game feels so clunky. If you climb or mantle onto something, it simply does not feel good, and you're almost always going to die. Those speeds need to be increased across the board. I think that you also need faster ADS speeds across the board, faster sprint to fire, and strafe speeds across the board, because right now this game just feels clunky, and like your movement does not matter at all, and it's whoever holds the angle first. That does not add up to a good BR. Sprinting while plating. Need I say more? They originally said they had no plans for that. I think they've changed their tune on that, and that we do need it. Longer tack sprint duration. I think that speaks for itself. Right now, it feels like you can't really tack sprint for long at all, even with double time. Remove the ADS jumping penalty. I'm mid on this. I think that it would help create more of a skill gap, but I can understand why some people wouldn't agree with that. And I also think that we should be allowed to shoot while falling, except for on the initial plane drop. You should not be able to do so on the initial plane drop. I think that's why they took it out of the game completely. But I do think in every other situation, you should be able to. Looting. They either need to remove the backpacks or make it a vertical UI system similar to Apex Legends, and also make it to where when you go to loot, you can grab somebody's 3-plate vest off their body or whatever vest it is, and it automatically is full healed, and that way you can reset for a third-party fight, just like how Apex Legends does it. And also with the vertical system, I think they should categorize it in organization by weapons, equipment, lethals, tactical streaks, etc. Reset plates like Apex Legends need to be able to loot backpacks off of enemies. We all understand that. I've been complaining about that since the game first came out. Give guns back rarities like Warzone 1. It's currently hard to tell what attachments and if the gun's even good enough to pick up off the ground. That was a very strange decision to me that I haven't liked since COD Next, is that we couldn't really tell what attachments or what rarity the guns we were getting were. Self-res and kill streaks. I definitely think that was something I already mentioned. One self and one kill streak in the bag. Strongholds and AI, this is a hot topic. 80% on my poll with 30,000 votes said they should just be removed from the game. But if they're not going to remove them from the game, this is what they do. Stop spawning AI after the force circle. There is no reason I should be fighting bots in the end game. AI can't leave proximity of 25 meters from strongholds or black sites unless you shoot them first. I've had them chase me 50 to 100 meters away from a stronghold and ruin my game because I was not expecting it. Alternatively, just remove them from the game. Like I said, 80% poll. These are all the quality life additions from Warzone 1 that I do believe should be back in this game. Portable buy stations, I already mentioned that. Lootable perks, I don't think anybody had an issue with those. 300 total HP, so that would mean adding 50 HP like we mentioned earlier. Balloons, I don't think we should get those yet, but I would like to see them eventually. Gulag tokens, because regaining in this game feels so bad sometimes. Play again and play again with team option after the game ends, just to make it a more smooth experience. Post-game voice chat, nobody, there was no reason to take that away besides people being racist and shit. Team money totals, so that you don't have to do math in your head, because we're all bad at math. Red dots on the mini-map when somebody fires an unsuppressed weapon. Reduce teammate buyback to 3K, just like Warzone 1. I think that would help with the regaining and the economy issue on this game. Decrease the cost of loadouts as the game goes on, just like Warzone 1 did towards the end of its life cycle. And add a streamer mode. That's a very small thing for most people, but it definitely would help a large majority of the content creators. In my opinion, Warzone 2 and Resurgence won't be good to the majority of the player base without the above changes to the base game, even with the new Resurgence map that is coming. Call of Duty confirmed it today. They also delayed Season 2, and hopefully with the Season 2 content, we're getting a Rebirth map, multiplayer maps, rank play, and all of that. hopefully things get better. But I truthfully believe that if all of these changes were implemented, I get that people are going to say, oh, you just want Warzone 1. No, this isn't exactly Warzone 1, but I'm sticking with the mantra of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think all of these changes would improve the game. I hope you guys agree. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Peace.